Look at him.
Hello,
this is the ASU reunion.
Hello.
All love, baby.
Yes, sir. This is a recruiting violation.
How y'all doing?
Well, what up, BA? Brandon Aiyuk, second team All-Pro. First round draft pick of the San Francisco 49ers, over 1,300 yards. Shoot, damn utility, man. I mean, that's how y'all like him over there in San Francisco.
Hold up, limitless, take a stomach, kind of pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm finna get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision, I can trust. Limitless, take a stomach, kind of pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm finna get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision, I can trust. Limitless, take a stomach, kind of pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm finna get me up.
Welcome to The Pivot, a part of Fanatics. This is Fred Taylor. This is Channing Crowder. I am Ryan Clark. The first question I was gonna ask you is weird now, right? Because you brought him with you. And I was gonna be like, man, you and your team have been extremely quiet, throughout these negotiations. You guys haven't put anything out there. And then, a little bit ago, we get a TikTok, you know what I'm saying? And you say, I'm laughing, but I'm crying for real. And you're talking to Jayden Daniels, second overall pick of Washington Commanders. And you say, man, they don't want me back. So what was the thought behind putting out that post and including that FaceTime in it?
Well, first of all, that's my dog right there. That's my dog. We good friends. We talk on the phone every day. So just like we talked earlier, we're starting to get our own footage. We're getting our own footage, recording everything. Just enjoying the process. Just have my lady record his stuff, record everything that's going on so that I can look back on it, because it's exciting times. It's stressful, but it's exciting. And I want to have these memories. And that was just a moment that she caught that got off the phone with the Niners. They told me what they told me. I passed the information on to him.
You said they told you what they told you. There's no way the Niners said, Brandon Aiyuk, first-round pick, all-pro wide receiver, we don't want you back. What was it exactly that they told you that prompted that conversation with JD?
They told me that they didn't think that we were on the same page and that they didn't believe that we were going to. And that was about it at that time. But it's part of it. It's part of the contract negotiations, trying to sway stuff in either direction. So whether that's 100% true or not, I guess that's still to find out.
The talks are, though, that they do want you. Are they far off from what you expect what you consider your value to be?
Throughout this process, there was times where we were super close, where I felt like I was telling people, like, tell my agent, let me get my suit ready. I'm ready. I'm gonna get it back to the Bay. I gotta get right to sign this contract. There's days and times, like in the past month or so, where you could say, yeah, we're pretty far apart. So
how much influence from the other guys, how much influence do their signings have on your market?
I think a lot. But with that, I felt like when the season was over, I was trying to, I was back and forth with them every day. Like, my agent called me an hour. We were on the phone for an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, 2 hours, hang up the phone. He calls them. He calls me back in an hour. We're trying to bang this thing out. And I wasn't worried about any other guy. I was just trying to get what I felt was appropriate for me at that time. That was the rush. That was early on in the offseason. We couldn't come to an agreement at that time. And then on top of that, other guys decided to come.
Right.
Or not decided to come. They got paid. Their teams rewarded them. The market changed and what the market is. So we weren't able to get a deal done at that time where other guys wouldn't affect the market and I could just do what I wanted to do. But even at that time, they still didn't agree with where I was at. So we really haven't agreed this whole entire time. And for the last month, we haven't said much at all. So.
Right.
BA, I want a Lamborghini, but I can't afford it. And in that analogy, your ass is a Lamborghini. Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable being in a position, like being where you are right now?
In terms of what?
Being that next guy, that next receiver. We talking about, who is it? A.J. Brown hit him in the head.
Justin Jefferson.
Jalen hit him in the head.
Waddle.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Waddle hit him.
Yeah.
It was all them guys that hit him in the head, and you that next guy. Are you comfortable being there?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Bro, you on ESPN every day, and they talking about your contract.
Because he's the next guy. He's the star wide receiver that's the next domino to fall.
And being in that position, that's a position you've never been in your life.
Right.
Is you good with that?
I'm cool. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I felt like for the past 4 years, I kind of, took a back seat to this guy or this guy or this guy or whatever and kind of just did what I had to do. And now I'm in a position that when I wake up in the morning, turn on the TV, they talking about me. I get on my phone, they talking about me. My mom calling me, they talking about me at work, whatever. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the process. I know at the end of the day, this is the time for me, this time period right now before the season starts, and to get paid and to maximize my value and continue to show who I am as a player. But right now, it's about one thing.
We all think that you've done that. You've shown that who you are as a player. Obviously, you're the best pure or natural receiver on your team, hands down. We know what Debo brings to the table, and certainly not shortchanging him and his abilities. But from a natural receiver, a pure receiver standpoint, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that you're the best on your team, and you've earned the right to be in that conversation, to be in the highest paid receivers in the game, whether that's either by the franchise tag, which sucks because it doesn't give you that long-term security, but that's the 24 to 26 million per year. But in your market, based on your numbers, we would think that you would be certainly around that $30 million, a year mark. And again, this is me just sitting on the sideline. I don't know the numbers. I'm not an agent. I haven't dissected the whole thing.
You know ball though.
Respectfully, I think you have that ability. And I think that it also got blown out of proportion when the FaceTime with Jaden came out. I think if an OG can give you any advice, it's to continue to keep it away from the media. You can't negotiate contracts through the media. So allow them to do that behind the scenes and keep moving accordingly, keep working on your craft, keep, showing up or whatever you have to do, and hopefully, they'll come around and cut that check for you.
You have been extremely quiet, right? Ryan's been quiet as well in representing you. You guys haven't really negotiated in the media, and the first thing we saw was the FaceTime between you and JD, but whether it was the 49ers or someone else, it was leaked how much you were offered. Adam Schefter actually recently said they want him, but they don't want him at the price that he's asking to be paid. So when you are handling things the way that you are, when you are being professional about it, when your agent is being professional about it as well, how does it feel to know, okay, I'm handling it this way, but now they've gone to the media and put those numbers out?
It's a little bit frustrating, especially when we're getting down to details like that, like where we're putting down exact numbers in negotiation, where that's talks between the team and my team, and we're trying to work through a lot of things. So for actual numbers and actual stuff like that to come out, I think that it's a little. I felt it was a little bit disrespectful, a little bit unfair to me. But that's part of it. It is what it is. It's a dirty game. Game. So I just feel like the social media is a way for myself to leverage, me and my team to leverage myself and to leverage what I'm trying to get, because that's the way to get the message out there. That's the way to get the facts out there. And the facts are the facts. So if I'm putting facts out there.
February 12th, you said, don't forget what got you there. Your brother said, okay, this is probably why we're not going to be here. Thank you for drafting us. One of your best homeboys. He also wonders, how can a guy that's all pro, over 1,300 yards, only have 3 catches in the Super Bowl? I see that you and your lady are extremely close. Even she was like, man, shoot, this is the last time me and Bray might be up here, right? So you yourself and all of your family members, all of your closest people that are connected to you had something to say or felt a certain way after the Super Bowl. What was it about that game that made all of you so upset?
I think
because they gave you man all game.
See, y'all playing Super Bowl? You playing Super Bowl?
No,
See,
it's just
I wasn't gonna go there.
No. I'm just asking. I'm asking.
I have.
You have
2 times.
Madden.
Well, okay, so and you won it?
Yes.
Okay, so well,
I lost one too.
You lost one too. Okay, so like Super Bowl is crazy. The Super Bowl is crazy. The emotions is crazy. It's like 2 weeks of just emotions. The game is like crazy emotions. Like it was probably the best feeling ever in terms of playing football. And I think once you get out of there, different results than you were expecting the whole entire time for those 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever the case may be, you feel it a lot more than you could ever think. Even looking back to it now, I didn't even realize how down I was, how messed up I was, and it's just emotional. It was just emotional for everybody, and I think they felt that on me. My brother felt that on me, and he's just trying to speak out. He's just trying to speak out in terms of what he thought I may be feeling or whatever, but that's what he felt, and that's just. I think he asked valid questions.
I know you're saying that's what he felt, so I'm gonna ask you straight up, man to man. You also posted on your story, don't forget what got you there. Are you telling me that wasn't connected to the Super Bowl and your amount of targets? Because I had to watch the game again to analyze it. Brandon Aiyuk had some man-to-man opportunities where Brandon Aiyuk was wide open. So when you say don't forget what got you there, are you saying that had nothing to do with the amount of times you were targeted?
No, absolutely did. Absolutely did. I get out of the Super Bowl, and I just feel like you're throwing the ball to me 5-6 times a game all year. Went for 100 6-7 times this year. I turned 70 catches into 1,400, and then here we are right now talking about getting paid top dollar in this market, but I don't know. So this Super Bowl is tricky. We've moved on past from the Super Bowl.
When you look at what you have been able to accomplish, not necessarily per reception, per attempt, per opportunity, it's tops in the league, right? To have 75 catches, over 1,300 yards. I think you only had like 106 targets though, right? Which says with getting a lot less opportunity than some of the names we've heard in the offseasons, the Justin Jeffersons, the A.J. Browns, the Amon-Ra St. Browns.
Dogs.
You've turned, all of them are dogs, but you've turned your opportunities into success in a different way than them. I think the way teams negotiate, though, it's let me try to figure out how I can keep the best players for the lowest price tag. And what they're going to use is they're going to say, well, this guy has this amount of catches. You only have 75. So what you and your team have to prove is, that's because we're doing this, and we're doing that. But when I get my chance, I'm as good as anybody in the league. And I personally believe that you've proved that.
I was going to add the numbers too. Number 7 in receiving yards this year, but number 23 in targets. Have you ever thought about, because we know, and Kyle Shanahan is a damn genius. I know you know that, we all know that. But it's run heavy. We know C-Mac gonna get the rock because they're gonna run the pass. If you was in a more pass-oriented offense and you were top 10 in targets, do you ever think about what you could do?
That's what we do. That's what I'm thinking about right now. I have so much more to give. I got so much more to give. That's why I'm like, when you talk about social media and shit, it's a quarterback right there. I'm thinking about what I could do with him. I'm thinking about if the Niners don't want me to come back to play with them, I'm thinking about what I could do. I know what I could do.
Yeah.
So.
And you could thrive as that X in a...
True X.
True X.
True X. Put him over there by himself, one-on-one, and let him go to work.
Best corners in the league on you.
Let him go to work.
I think Fred mentioned it earlier, talking about pure receiver. Anytime I was looking at the way defenses would play you guys schematically, you normally get the best corner because you were the route runner. You were the guy they used in that way. And then obviously Debo was a move guy, CMC, George Kittle, y'all can line up in all of these different places. And yes, there is the thought, right, that if I go to a different place, I get to be the man. I almost was Channing's teammate for that same reason. Here I am, I'm in free agency, I'm talking to Jeff Ireland. He's saying, man, you could be Troy Polamalu. We'll let you do the roaming. You can control everything. You don't have to back him up. You can be the guy. And we're going to offer you more money to do it. But it just didn't feel right to me. The grass wasn't green. And we see Patrick Queen right now, he watering his grass out in his front yard because Marlon Humphrey said the grass may not be greener. But that is a decision that you sometimes have to make. And I don't want to hurt your negotiating power in answering this question, but you've been to 2 NFC championships. You've been to the Super Bowl. Would you give up some of those opportunities to be the man, to continue to be an all-pro receiver and win the way you have in San Francisco?
I think I got here by taking risks, sometimes control risks, sometimes just saying F it and going at it. Like Patrick Queen, we'll never know. The grass may not be greener. The grass might be greener.
dead.
Who knows? It might be greener. Who knows?
Right.
We won't know until it's all said and done. So all I could do is just, like y'all said, put my head down, go to work every single day, pray, ask God to lead my steps, and go from there. Other than that, I don't know.
How does a first-round pick end up at Sierra College in JUCO?
Just not taking stuff serious in high school. Not taking my education, my academics serious.
But your parents are big on education.
Yeah.
So what was that conversation like? You didn't play your junior year or something. So what's the conversation like when your grades aren't good and you have parents who are high achievers academically and they tell you, man, the thing you love to do most, you can't do it no more?
I was young, I was lost, I was confused. I was worrying about some other stuff that didn't need my attention. And my parents, they kind of just, like you said, they had their own stuff going. They were like, it's your life. If you want to head down that road, go ahead, head down that road. So it wasn't too much to talk about. It was just whether or not I wanted to figure it out.
We've never, on this show, we've never done this, so I want to do this and take advantage of it. So here's a question for you two, because I'm going to take a moment to cut the room in half this way, because Channing and I, we've never played in a Super Bowl nor lost a Super Bowl, right?
I like that.
So we got to, RC's always cutting the room in half. If we win a championship, he cuts the room in half. But you two have been on the losing end, and my question has always been, like, does it suck to not make it or to get there and lose it? Like, the feeling of it. Are you still going through it from that loss? Like, what is it like to you? Do you still think about it?
I'll let him go first.
And for you, yeah, because we got two.
Yeah, he matters way more than I do.
I think, yeah, for sure. Just because I feel like I shouldn't have a Super Bowl loss. So I'm always, it's always on my mind. But at the same time, it showed me a whole new realm of where you can take this thing to. Because even playing in the Super Bowl, being at the Super Bowl, you don't really understand the magnitude of what you're playing in and what you have going on until it's really taken away from you, until it's not there for you anymore. And so I think it's giving me a whole bunch of motivation. I think that's the new driving force in why I do what I do every single day.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks. Like, I think I'd rather not go to the Super Bowl than lose it. BA told you before, bro, for 2 weeks, you focus on one thing, and that's winning the Super Bowl, and there isn't a second that you think you're gonna lose it. There's never a conversation about losing it. There's never a what happens if we don't win it. Every conversation is not just about winning it, it's about how you'll go win it, why you are better, why you should win it. And through all of those conversations, it never dawns on you that it's possible that they have more points on the scoreboard at the end of the game than you do. For us, and we talked about it on the show, we're on our way to win it. Rashard Mendenhall fumbles.
Right.
For them, it's Brock Purdy has an opportunity to throw a touchdown. Defensive back is totally lost. Nobody blocks Chris Jones. But, like, that's the difference, right? The people who execute in those moments win Super Bowls, and you don't get them back. But back to that play, though, BA, how many times do you replay the Chris Jones pressure that made Brock Purdy throw the ball away?
Nah, I don't too much think about that play. I think I get that question a lot, but I always think about the plays and the opportunities that we had long before that one.
So take me through this. And I've been wanting to ask this question since, like, November 24th, 2019, right? November 23rd, 2019, there's 3 minutes and 54 seconds left. The Arizona State University Sun Devils are playing a top 10 team, Oregon. They're on the 19-yard line. They're up 3 points. And got a young, real skinny quarterback, freshman, playing for Arizona State. Long-armed wide receiver on the outside. And 81 yards later, the Arizona State Sun Devils are up 10 points. Take me through the play of JD hitting you on a go ball late in the game to beat Oregon that year?
Lengthy, skinny dude over there. We got a little, and also our running back too. Benjamin, my dog back there as well too. But no, that was just a little glimpse of greatness. I feel like a little glimpse of what was to continue to come for myself and for him as well. And I think it's just an undeniable connection.
You mentioned you know what you can do with the in the right place, the right opportunity, the right quarterback.
And let me stop you there. I feel like right now I'm in the right place, in the right spot with the right quarterback right now. But we're not on the right turn, so yeah.
When you're FaceTiming JD and you're talking about him being your friend, and I know you never demanded a trade, if a trade happens and that place happens to be Washington, how great would it be to reunite with someone you're not only close to from a field perspective, but in your personal life, like Jaden, who is also that talented?
I have one more meeting set up with the 49ers. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go in the direction in which we all hope for it to go, then it would be great. It would be great to link up with a great friend of mine, my brother, great person, teammate, and player that I feel could take my game to the next level.
Well, you reached out to us, too, to come on. Is it something, it feels like it's something, just to me, it feels like it's something that you wanted to get off your chest?
I've been watching for a minute. I was in there, I was getting ready, just listen to the theme song in my head. I just wanted to come chop it up with y'all. I just wanted to.
For sure.
Like the business side of it is a tough thing to be a part of for a young dude. And I know you're a first rounder, you got bread, but this is generational money. This is that craziness. Is it stressing you out? Because you seem like you cool with it, but it seems like, you know what I'm saying, it might be heavy on your heart.
It's heavy for sure. It's heavy for sure. I think for me playing football, it didn't start with the money. I think the money was something that I got to see along the way. Like being a first-round draft pick, fell into my lap. First-round draft pick, fifth-year option, fell into my lap. And I think the situation that we're in right now fell into my lap. But at the same time, I don't think it fell into my lap for no reason at all. Like I said, I was a JUCO product that went Division I to first-round draft pick to second team All-Pro. I know it's a lot more. I know it's a whole bunch more. And I just want to move forward. I want a team to look at me and value me as a top receiver, so I can go out there and continue to do what I do and show them every single day the same way as I've been. That's in fact what I am.
I seem like the money shows respect. It seems like you want the respect of being that dude.
Top dog.
That's what you want. That's what you said. The money shows how much people value you.
Yeah. I used to tell. I want them to say, oh, we done overpaid this dude, and then I spin back around and nah.
We think you're worth whatever it is you're asking for. But let's go back really quick because you mentioned top dog, top receiver, top quarterback. You mentioned Jaden a couple times, your top dog. Did you, in your years back to ASU, did you see him being a number 2 overall pick with his abilities?
Yeah, he was a true freshman coming in early enrollee, and we had guys on the team who were already, you know how it is, slated to be the next guy up or whatever, the quarterback at a big university. But I just from you can ask him a true story. I swear, from the first day I seen him, I'm like, come on, let's go, let's get in, because I knew he was going to be the one to take me where I wanted to go, and that's exactly what he did.
What does he do great?
Lead. Actually loves the game. Nothing is more important than the game. Throwing the football, he can make every single throw on the field. Throw the ball down the field. Throw the ball intermediate with time and pace. Get the ball down when nothing else is there. Just a smart player. Just a player that you want to have on your team for sure.
If a trade did happen, you happen to end up on the Commanders or whatever, I'm going into fantasy mode, and you guys were down a little bit. Like, what would a play call look like to win the game? I mean, just go from there.
Play call to win the game?
Hell, I've seen this in person.
I mean, that play. I think the play that you talking about earlier was a play that was our own play. Like it was third and some. We're about to get off the field, get the ball back to Justin Herbert. We got Faze on the outside, but I'm like, nah, let's turn this into stutter. Let's turn this into stutter go. They done already jumped the stop route earlier in the game, probably first or second quarter. We need this one right here. So I'll lead the huddle. I'm like, just give me a little bit more time. We're gonna turn this into stutter. He's like, all right, bet. Drop back. Touchdown, ball game.
You gotta love that, because Shannon talk about it all the time with Moss and Brady, having that special connection, like you just kind of look and you know what it is. Y'all got that same sort of connection.
For sure.
You know, even with that though, right, because I don't want to put you in the position of being somewhere else before you're somewhere else.
Right.
Fantasy.
Right,
You know,
sure.
And so, I'm so excited. I've seen it in person so many times between you two. I would be excited to see it again. And it's basically the same colors I got to watch it in the first time. But you are on a team with really good football players. George Kittle, years ago, he actually just restructured his last year or this year of his contract to add more money. But we've seen CMC get paid. Debo got paid last year. They draft Ricky Pearsall, who was also at Arizona State. And so you're seeing these guys get paid. You're continuing to add to the offense. Also, Brock Purdy has to get paid. You saw what Trevor Lawrence got. Why can't he get that? You saw what Kirk Cousins got. Why can't he get that? Do you ever wonder how there'll be enough money for everybody?
Nah, nah.
Good answer.
That ain't my business to get into. I'm worried about me right now.
Yeah.
And when I say I'm worried about me in terms of my financials, I don't know about what the financials they got going on or this person got going on. I don't know about that. I don't know. If you can't afford a Lamborghini, you can't have one.
No, that is the perfect answer. But in that, right, like we've all been in contract negotiations. You feel like you've accomplished a certain thing. And the way that negotiations work is they tell you all the reasons why they can't give you what you feel like you're worth. Mm-hmm. And they tell you it's just business. Mm-hmm. When throughout the entire season, Kyle Shanahan is telling you, you're gonna win on this play. This guy can't check you. If we have you with this opportunity, this matchup, this one-on-one, we're gonna get you the football. How do you focus on not taking contract negotiations personally? Because it's hard.
Are you not supposed to?
I'm asking you. I took them personally every time.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking it personal. I have a vision for what I see myself as, and you don't see me as that. Or you do, but you can't financially do it, whatever. I'm not sure. I just feel like it's no hard feelings, though. If you don't want to do it or you can't do it, I'm sure there's somebody that will.
What about the hometown discount?
Nah, we ain't doing no hometown discount.
You've been there, you comfortable, got your locker there, you got your parking spot, you take a couple million off.
I mean, we'll have to see. I think
the question is, and Freddie could probably answer this better than I can. I was undrafted, right? So all the money I was ever offered after my first deal was life-changing money to me. Like no matter what it was. Like when we started talking about multi-million-dollar deals and guaranteed money and bonuses, all of those things were a new world to me. Like my check after taxes as a signing bonus as an undrafted free agent was like $683. Like that was what I got, right? This is real talk.
Say what? What did he just say?
You got $700.
Yeah, because
dollars.
My signing bonus as an undrafted free agent in 2002 was $1,000. And then I made league minimum every year. And
was
so
Snyder the owner?
I went to the Giants. And it wasn't about who the owner was. It was about I had no other option, right? 2 teams called my agent after the draft. By the time he got off the phone with one team, they had filled their free agent spot, right? And so when I got to the opportunity, have an opportunity to sign in Miami, I had some other visits set up. No matter what these people gave me, I was going to be richer than I ever was, right? And so my thought was, what is the best possible position for me to be in? How can I be as happy as I can possibly be. And that decision was to go back to Pittsburgh. And the next year, we go to the Super Bowl. And the next year, I'm a Pro Bowler. And then a year later, I'm a captain on the most storied franchise and organization in football history. But that was my story. That was how things worked out for me. In negotiating right now, in your life right now, what is your top priority? Obviously, it's you. Is it make the most money? Is it be in the best situation? Is it for my family to be as comfortable as they possibly can where we live? What is your number one priority in this?
Take care of my family and put myself in position to be the best football player that Brandon Aiyuk could be.
Systems can make some players. Could you thrive in any system? I would say I came out of a 4-3 where you just run through gaps. Then I went, and that's when the whole NFL went to a 3-4. And you had to go hit them big-ass guards every damn play. And I had to get bigger. I had to gain weight to play in that. I think if throughout my career, if I played in a 4-3, I might have had better stats. I might have done more. Could you thrive in any system? Because now they got the RPO stuff. Now they got the wide. Now they got the stuff that McDaniels, the Kyle Shanahan tree that you have already thrived in. Could you thrive in any system?
I believe so. I believe so because, like I said, I'm a true X. And people say system. I'm in Kyle Shanahan's system now, but if you watch any of the catches that I'm getting, I'm beating guys in front of me. I'm beating man covers to get my receptions. I'm not settling in zones. I'm not, or maybe sometimes, but I'm not running across the field, running crosser routes or shallow crosses. I'm beating guys in front of me to get the football. So, yeah, I mean, I can sit in zone all day. I can run high crosses all day long. I can beat guys all day long. So it just, I don't want to sit here and say, yeah, I'm about to go crazy in every single offense because I know there's offense out there that ain't worth anything. But at the same time, I know the value that I bring at the receiver position into a team.
I was saying Miami, Tyreek, he led the NFL in receiving yards. But they criticize him because they say Mike McDaniel schemes up so much stuff. And it's the same thing with Kyle Shanahan. It's that whole tree. Who is it? Sean McVay, all them offensive guys. What do you say to the people that say guys like yourself that go crazy, Reek that goes crazy, Puka Nacua that goes crazy in those offenses that say, oh, it's on the scheme, it ain't on the guy?
But like a guy like Tyreek is the reason the scheme kind of, like McDaniel pulled up to Miami and cashed out for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of who he already was.
Because what he's going to bring and what he's going to add to this team. And that's going to make everything easier for everybody else. And I think sometimes people don't realize that as well too. That these receivers, it's a throwing receiving game right now. So when these guys are out here and they're a threat like Tyreek Hill, then it makes it a lot easier for your scheme to open up.
Right. Coaches just reverse engineering their philosophies. I gotta have this type of guy that opens up everything else. But just really going back a second, RC asked you, like your purpose in playing the game. Do you ever look at like the history of the game? Look at different players at your position and say, I want to be the best that have ever played this position. Even for your current team, for the Niners, you got two guys that have played there that are in top 5 in NFL history in receiving yards, and Jerry obviously is the top of the top in touchdowns, yards, etc. And then T.O. is that other guy. Looking at the history of the game, who's your top 5 receivers all time in the history of the game?
I'm gonna go Randy, T.O., Jerry, A.B., Julio Jones.
And Julio. That's a solid top 5.
So you are, first off, now, you're definitely a measurables guy because you got 3 of the most freakishly talented wide receivers in that group. And then you got Jerry and A.B. We just had A.B. on the show. I would love to know, because he's 5'10", he ran 4.5. I think for 6 years, I think he was the best wide receiver in the world. And the numbers said it. What is it about his game that you liked so much?
You can't stop him. You can't stop him. Like, it might not look like the new game, how it is right now, but you can't stop him. He's taking the, however he wants to get it done, he's gonna get it done. And I watched him and Julio Jones. Those are my 2 favorite receivers. Watching them go at it for years and years and years, and go crazy.
Yeah, they're both Hall of Famers, and some of the guys that you'll be compared to right now when it comes to contracts have Hall of Fame trajectories, right? The way Justin Jefferson has started a career, especially until being injured this year, he had the best numbers we'd ever seen through that span. Amon-Ra St. Brown, obviously A.J. Brown, and what he was able to do once he became an Eagle. CD, right? You look at all of these different dudes, and when it comes to contract negotiations, that's who you're going to be compared to. How does Brandon Aiyuk, who is an All-Pro, say, I know I'm not asked to do what some of those guys do, but I can, and I should be paid that way? Because that's what you're asking. Not maybe the same amount of money, but you're asking to be paid in that neighborhood. How are you, or how is your representation able to make that argument?
In my opinion, in the Niners offense, do a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, I'm an extended tackle. I'm going in there, no matter who's Patrick Queen, I got to go in there. Like we were just talking about, go in there, Pat Roquan, hit those guys, hit guys on the edge, and then at the third down, go in. First, or take the top off the defense, come in and do all these things. So I think my value is to the team.
Yeah.
And when we talk about these other teams, then we're talking about receiver value and putting up numbers and doing stuff like that when we talk about moving in different directions.
Your agent said that he got a call from someone in Arizona at the time when N'Keal Harry was still at Arizona State, and he said there's a first-round draft pick receiver at Arizona State. And he said he told him, yeah, I know, N'Keal Harry. And he's like, nah, it's this other guy, Brandon Aiyuk, and he'll probably be mad at me. I called Jordan his first training camp at Arizona State, and I was like, hey, man, how you doing? And he's like, Pop, you know what? He's like, I'm doing pretty good. He's like, but I don't think I'm ever going to play. And I was like, why? He's like, man, I can't stop BA. And I was like, well, what is it about? And that was before you really went crazy. I was like, well, tell me why just because you can't stop him, you don't think you'll play. He said, because he's from Nevada. They don't even play football there. When did you start to feel, or how long have you felt you could be the type of receiver to have the year you had at Arizona State, to be a first-round draft pick, and now to develop into one of the best wide receivers in the entire league?
Jay Clark, he don't got tell me, don't have to feel bad. Can't nobody stop me. But I think I've always just had that mindset. I felt like, even like you said, my junior year when I wasn't playing, my sophomore, freshman year, I always felt like on that grass on the football field exactly where I was supposed to be. I always felt like it was me, and I still feel like that now. That's just how I feel. That's just what it is. That's just how it's been. So I don't see I don't see it no different.
He said this is the actual facts of it. When I'm out there, I do not get stopped.
But there had to be levels though, bro. There had to be levels, you could be even coming from a JUCO. So JUCO to, okay, now I'm in D1. Okay, I'm balling in D1. He went crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, first round. You got to get in the first round. And Freddie's only ever first round here. Yeah. But it's like you got to I don't want to say doubt yourself, but now I'm with the big boys. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn, I can play with the big boys. And then now as a damn all-pro about to hit their ass in the head, those levels of it, like, when did those different levels hit?
Probably my second year in the league, where I felt like this is where I'm supposed to be at. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm a receiver. I'm an NFL receiver, a top NFL receiver. And then I just continue to put the work in and put the work in and put the work in. And that's how it ended up. But I think it was just the work. I feel like I got so many hours, so many days, so many weeks ahead of folks of work that it just give me a bunch of confidence. Just the work been put in, the work been laid. Too much work been put down.
Your JUCO coach said you were never late. You were always working. You were always present. Because a lot of times you don't just pay the player, you pay the person, right? And we ask a lot of our guys in the NFL. They want you to do certain things in the offseason, be certain places. But we see now a lot of star receivers and star players don't go to the offseason. And in the offseason, they live somewhere else. How have you worked to cement or to show the 49ers that, I'm a part of this organization? Like, what is your offseason like? Where do you live? How do you deal, other than this year, with the off-season program? Are you showing them you're the type of dude that's accountable, going to be there, going to be available, even when it's not mandatory you be there?
Up until this point, it wasn't hard because, like I said, I live out there. That's where my house is at. That's where my family is at. That's where I reside, where I spend all of my time. So to go into the building in the off season, that's the easiest thing for me. Like when I leave from here and head back to California, I'm going back to the building. That's the spot where I work out at. That's where I go. That's just how it's been. The weight coaches, shout out my guy Destin Perry. He said, pull to our weight program in the summer because you elevate these guys. You push the whole entire program, even when we're not doing anything. And I felt like that was big for me. And that's a big thing that I carry all the time is pushing everybody forward. I feel like I'm the tempo setter, the one that sets the tempo when we go into games, when we go into practice, when we go into meetings, with my approach and the way that I love this game and the way I take it serious every single day.
From Rockland to Reno, what is it, Robert McQueen High?
Yeah.
To Sierra College, to ASU, to the big time, to the big league. We always ask our guests this question. And all of that, what has been your biggest pivot? That's that one moment that you can go look back on and say, without this moment happening to me or happening for me, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
I would probably say my junior season of not being able to play football, not fully understanding, probably 17, 16 years old, a game that I've been playing for probably 10 plus years at that time, and them telling me, you can't play this season, and to have the game taken away from me for a whole entire year, it was that feeling of understanding that I don't want that feeling anymore, so just doing whatever I had to do to be able to be on the grass.
So you were ineligible?
Ineligible.
I've been there before. I was a freshman, and it happened to me. So they took away football from me for a year. And I don't...
you couldn't read.
I don't know how I got there. I could read. I just don't know how I got there. Like, I was doing other shit. I really don't remember how I even got there. All I know is I was ineligible and I couldn't play. It was the worst feeling because all my homeboys was playing.
Yeah.
But you remember how you got there? Like, I really don't remember how I got there. Because I'm not a bad student.
That's the thing. I think it was just, like I said, just worrying about some other stuff.
You chasing a girl?
Nah.
You can't ask that question in front of that man.
I don't. Y'all been together for a while.
Damn,
he was in high school.
I gotta turn this way.
I'm sorry, not disrespectfully, but he was in high school.
Can't do nothing wrong, Fred. Goodness
You know what I mean.
gracious.
I was doing everything I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Nah, he was in high school, elementary school.
Bruh.
I'm sorry. I don't know how long y'all been together. That wasn't intentional.
You straight.
Y'all
My
make me
first
feel
set.
bad, bro.
My first
And
set,
now I gotta apologize.
I bought a Rottweiler, a Hummer, Monte Carlo SS, and every color Jabot jean that they made.
Jabot.
Them just 5 back in the day, and then they wasn't 5, and I wasted 30 racks. I gotta know, when you get this check, you gotta have something on your mind, brother. What you about to buy?
That's the thing, like, it's not even, I could buy what I want to buy right now.
Yeah.
But Jaden, that's bro.
I'm just going dumb, though. I'm just buying everything I want to buy at that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get a new kit. I don't know. We'll see. I got to take care of moms first. Moms and pops, they're back. I just left from them at ATL. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to send them a big old chunk.
Yeah, I love that. I have a question, though. Your mom's a San Francisco 49er fan. What was it like growing up in a household that dressed you in red and gold? And I think you strayed away a little bit and kind of found your own path. But for her to get an opportunity to see her son that she raised be drafted by the team she always cheered for.
Yeah. She loves it. She loves it. Just the colors, just the team itself. She's a huge fan. And to see her son be able to accomplish some of the things that I've been able to accomplish in the same exact colors that she grew up screaming and yelling about when I was younger, it's pretty cool.
How would she deal with you being in different colors in the NFL?
you know, she on my side right now. She don't too much care about them colors right now. She's trying to make sure her son's straight. So,
how do you feel about the Kansas Jayhawks? Because didn't they recruit you? Weren't you supposed to go to school there, just in somewhere in Kansas when you were leaving Sierra College?
I took a visit there. I pulled up.
What happened? How'd you end up at Arizona State?
Herm Edwards, his staff, they ended up recruiting me probably a couple of days before signing day. They said, we're going to throw you an offer. And a few days later with signing day, I signed and took a visit afterwards. So, like I said, taking risks would put me in this position. I was at Kansas, took a visit, went to Tennessee, took a visit, Colorado State, took a visit. And those were my 3 schools. Finished visiting all those schools, and Herm calls me Arizona State. It's the biggest offer, it's Pac-12, Power 5. I'm going. And here we are right now, so it ain't nothing to take a risk now.
If you had to guess, we're going to say guess, right now, what uniform is Brandon Aiyuk wearing in 2024?
If I were to take a guess, probably a Niner uniform. Probably a Niner uniform. I mean, if not a Niner uniform, probably a Washington Commander uniform. If not a Washington Commander uniform, probably a Steelers uniform.
From your lips to God's ears, Steelers uniform. Listen, they cut people. They ain't got nobody but George Pickens.
Oh,
You can't sell. Why you trying to sell
they
the
got
man
two
on
new.
it?
We got 2 new quarterbacks. BA.
you ain't got to tell me.
We got a new offensive coordinator. I mean, you don't want to go to Washington. They live in like Virginia anyway. Then you got to deal with JD all the time. There is no reason to be there. But Pittsburgh, you be a god. They don't treat. You see what I'm selling, right?
I see what you're doing.
Because we gonna win
You
the
think
championship.
this is about to work?
If Brandon go to,
Pickens?
we've been making moves. If Brandon goes to Pittsburgh, we got George Pickens.
Yeah.
You got BA, right? Najee
In the back.
Jalen in the backfield.
Yee.
Fryer move. Darnell Washington. None but dogs up front. Oh man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. Don't go too far ahead. Get out of RC fantasy world. Keep the main thing. Take care of business as business is being done, what's in front of you. And handle that, man. And
I have one more question.
all of that stuff will come.
But
all of that shit's gonna come when it's supposed to.
When it's supposed to.
I've watched you block downfield.
Thanks.
You're one of the best downfield blockers in ball. You will get in there and search and dig out backers and dig out safeties. But there's a ton of Christian McCaffrey touchdowns where the guy running next to him is Brandon Aiyuk. And some of them you're blocking one guy, other times you're blocking 2. And you said you're an extended tackle. I played with Trent Williams. I tell people all the time, pound for pound, he's top 3 most talented humans I've ever been around.
Crazy.
To play with. And he is physical and mean and everything you want in a player. What are some of the things, though, that you've learned from him being in the locker room with a leader like that?
That's my dog. That's somebody that I don't like to throw around big bro too much, but he's somebody that taught me a whole bunch of stuff, giving me the game, passing on information, giving me stuff that I could take and actually put and be of use to. I remember it been times where my rookie year or my second year, I'm in the doghouse or whatever the case may be, and I'm outside in the parking lot ready to black out and go crazy. And he's like, bro, just trust me, because you're going to be in this position that I'm sitting in right now. He's like, just leave it alone. I was in the exact same shoes you were in. And stuff like that where he's just keeping your head on straight, guiding you in the right path, because, guys, to let you walk down that path that they know is going to be detrimental for you. So somebody like Trent, being able to watch him as a player and just one-on-one type of player, but also the mentality and the game that he gives. So he's somebody that I appreciate a lot, and I look to be that for somebody down the road.
You talk about look that to be that for somebody. Your 2 best years are the last 2 years. 75 catches in one, 78 in the other, 1,000 yards in both years. Bike to back, as they say in Florida. That also coincides with Brock Purdy's ascension. It's tough to, you were a first rounder. He was a first rounder. He was drafted high. All of you guys, highly thought of coming to the league. I kind of had that road of being undrafted and having to earn that. How was Brock Purdy able to earn the confidence that you all have in him? What did he show y'all?
Him and that dude over there, two guys that just come in and just, I'm not gonna say much, I'm gonna show you just everything what I'm about. I think guys just rather just feel it. They can feel the confidence, they can feel the energy, they can feel the preparation. You can feel everything. You can feel it. You can feel it's real, and the talent is real. Just, I can't say enough about that dude. He's nice. He's nice.
Do y'all get pissed off when we be talking bad about him?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what they say about him. What they say? What you said?
Oh, what I say. Oh, so what I said when everybody got upset with me was that the quarterbacks that were left were Patrick Mahomes at the time, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. And what I said, I didn't think it was bad. I said I thought that those guys were more talented humans. And I didn't say that Brock Purdy couldn't play. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good player that understands and runs your system at a high level and also puts the football where his best players can be their best selves. I think that's football. I think he's a very good quarterback. But I also thought that at the time, the rest of the team would have to play at a higher level than the other teams because they didn't have a quarterback who, measurable-wise and athletically, was going to do things to take them out of that space. And then the next week was the Detroit second half, and I had to say I was wrong. But to that point, like, that was what I felt. And I still feel about that way athletically, but that was the day where he took you guys to the next level. But, you know, you wanted this platform. Is there any message that you needed to get out about who Brandon Aiyuk is? Not the player. We know who the player is. But as money starts to be leaked, as exact numerical figures are leaked, and it's almost seeming that some of the media, not your team, is painting you as a guy who wants more money than he's worth. Is there anything you'd like to say about the way you are going about getting what you've earned?
In this, there's a kind of like how the first round is slotted. Guys fit in certain, you go here, you go first, you get this, you go second, you get this, and it's slotted now. You're not negotiating contracts. But I feel like when you do negotiate contracts, it's a similar thing where it's slotted. And right now, there's only a few slots left into where I can fall, and that's just what it is. So whether or not the team in which I play for right now wants to get to that number, and which is, I feel personally, no other direction to go than that. And which I hope they would, and I hope they will, and I hope we can come to an agreement just as I have since the end of the season in February, when it ended on February 11th, to now here, June, whatever the date is today. That's still the goal, is to get something done. I got a meeting set up by me with my agent and some representatives from the team on Monday, and we'll see what happens after that.
Well, here's what I know. John Lynch knows good football players. It's the reason you were drafted first round. Kyle Shanahan knows good football players, and especially great wide receivers. It's the reason you've ascended to where you are, because they understand that getting you the football makes them a better team. And so whether it's in San Francisco, Washington, Pittsburgh, whatever team you play for, man, you've succeeded at every level, even with odds stacked against you. So for us, man, we're rooting for you. I want to see you do well. Pittsburgh would be the best place for you to thrive.
Oh, Jesus.
But, you know, wherever it is, dog.
This man, go.
Honestly,
Congrats, man.
BA got
Respect.
BA
Yes,
Orange
sir.
is really for a 6'2" man. How awesome is it,
Lock
man?
it in,
Now
bro.
that you know Braylon gonna get older, bro, be able to really like sort of start to understand. Because because you'd have won this one, y'all could have celebrated, but it would have been different. You know, that now that your son is gonna get to an age where he'll understand, like, this is what my dad does for a living. Because Jordan was around like that for me, because I had him early.
That's clean. That's clean. But that's the main thing I'm excited for. Like I said, I'm gonna be 3, 4, 5, 30 something, 30.
Yeah.
It's gonna be his turn. I want to follow him around. I want to chase him around when he's playing ball here, doing this over here.
Yeah.
And hope, you know.
That's dope.
That's how
Yeah.
it goes.
It's also it's just
I'm
so
excited for
fun
that
too,
nigga.
bro. Like, cause he's here now. Have him on the field. You can bring him to the facility
Right.
when he's off. Like, all that stuff, bro,
Yeah.
is like invaluable. It just teaches those kids so much about work. Like, you could tell him to work all you want, but when he sees you pull up and he gets to watch you do what you do for a living, bro, those are lessons that you can't teach him by just talking to him. You know what I mean? That's going to be amazing, bro. Like, that's the one thing I did, because I had Jordan when I was 21. You know, when you have a baby that young, it feels like you can't understand it or you won't be a good parent. But on the back end,
I'm excited for that.
yeah, it's awesome, bro.
That's one thing I regret.
Yeah. You said,
Yeah, and I have no babies young.
because they was late, yeah.
Yeah, because they ain't never see me play.
Yeah.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, got pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On the mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Trust, limitless. Take a stomach, got pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up.